How to fix high system CPU usage in Fortnite and Apex Legends. Welcome back to Teknobalta. During our recent lab testing, we noticed that games running easy anti-cheat can cause severe performance issues. Teknobalta's analysis revealed that a system process named ntoskrnl.exe can consume up to 20% of your CPU even while sitting in the game lobby. This heavy system load directly leads to massive FPS drops and constant stuttering during gameplay. Today, the Teknobalta team is sharing our definitive guide to permanently resolving this system conflict. 1. Enable memory integrity. Our primary breakthrough came when analyzing Windows security features and their interaction with anti-cheat software. We discovered that enabling the memory integrity setting directly resolves this specific CPU drain and stabilizes system usage. To apply this fix, open your Windows Security dashboard and navigate to Device Security. Click on Core Isolation Details and toggle Memory Integrity to the On position. Then restart your computer to apply the changes. 2. Grant administrator privileges to the launcher. Another major factor we identified is a strict lack of background permissions for the anti-cheat software. If Easy Anti-Cheat cannot secure full administrator rights, it creates an aggressive loop that spikes your processor. You must configure your Epic Games launcher to always run as an administrator to grant these permissions. Right-click your launcher shortcut, open Properties, navigate to the Compatibility tab, and check the box to run this program as an administrator. 3. Repair Windows system files. Corrupted Windows files often trigger the ntoskrnl.exe process to misbehave and consume excessive system resources. Our testing confirms that running a system file check is a mandatory step for long-term system stability. Open your command prompt as an administrator and type sfc/scano to initiate the repair sequence. Allow the verification process to reach 100% so Windows can automatically repair any corrupted core components. 4. Perform a clean GPU driver update. Outdated graphics drivers create severe synchronization issues with kernel-level anti-cheat engines. We noted during our diagnostics that performing a clean GPU driver update significantly reduces overall system overhead. Download the latest driver package directly from your manufacturer, select the custom installation option, and perform a clean installation to wipe old configurations. 5. Update Realtek network controller drivers. Teknobalta engineers found that certain network adapters conflict directly with high-tick-rate game packets. Specifically, systems utilizing the Realtek PCIe LAN family controller are highly prone to this exact interrupt usage bug. You must visit your motherboard manufacturer website to download and install the absolute newest LAN drivers available to stop system interrupts from bottlenecking your processor. 6. Repair the Easy Anti-Cheat service. Often, the Easy Anti-Cheat installation itself becomes corrupted after continuous game updates. Teknobalta recommends navigating to your game installation folder and locating the Easy Anti-Cheat directory. Run the Setup executable file found inside and click the Repair Service button to rebuild the anti-cheat engine from scratch. 7. Configure High Performance Power Plan. Windows frequently attempts to throttle CPU performance to save energy, which directly conflicts with demanding multiplayer games. Our performance benchmarks show that switching to the High Performance Power Plan eliminates these throttling spikes. Open your control panel, navigate to Power Options, and select the High Performance or Ultimate Performance Power Plan. 8. Run DISM tool for advanced. If the standard system file checker fails to restore completely smooth operation, deeper the deployment. Open command prompt as an administrator. Type dism/online/cleanupimage/restore health and press enter. 9. Disable Windows SysMain service. The Windows SysMain service constantly preloads applications into memory, which causes massive disk and CPU usage spikes. During our extended testing, Disabling this specific service completely smoothed out frame times in Battle Royale titles. Open your Windows Services menu, find SysMain, right-click to open Properties, change the startup type to Disabled, and stop the service. 10. Clear Game Launcher Cache Files. Stale cache files in the Epic Games Launcher, or EA app, can force the system to constantly re-verify game integrity in the background. Teknobalta found that purging these temporary files stops the anti-cheat from scanning unnecessary data. Press the Windows key and R, type %localappdata%, and delete the cache folders associated with your specific game launchers. 11. Optimize hardware-accelerated GPU scheduling. Hardware-accelerated GPU scheduling shifts processing loads from your CPU to your GPU to improve latency. While beneficial for most systems, our lab results indicate that toggling this feature can reset how Windows handles game threads. Navigate to your Windows display settings, open graphics settings, and toggle hardware-accelerated GPU scheduling to test its impact on your specific hardware configuration. 12. Disable Xbox game bar and background captures. Background recording applications constantly poll your system hardware and interfere with anti-cheat monitoring. We highly advise disabling the Xbox game bar entirely to prevent it from fighting for system resources. Go to your Windows settings, select Gaming, and turn off the Xbox game bar along with any background capture settings. 13. Optimize virtual memory settings. When your physical RAM fills up, Windows utilizes the storage drive as virtual memory, heavily taxing the system process. Setting a fixed page file size prevents Windows from constantly resizing this file during intense gameplay moments. Open Advanced System Settings, click on Performance Settings, navigate to the Advanced tab, and manually set your virtual memory to a fixed size based on your total RAM. 14. Disable full-screen optimizations. Microsoft includes a full-screen optimization feature that overlays a borderless window on top of exclusive full-screen games. Teknobalta discovered that bypassing this feature forces the game to communicate more directly with your display driver. Right-click the main executable file for Fortnite or Apex Legends, open Properties, go to Compatibility, and check Disable Full-Screen Optimizations. 15. Elevate game process priority. Sometimes, Windows fails to allocate enough processing power to the active game window due to background tasks. Manually elevating the priority forces the operating system to feed your game engine before other applications. Open Task Manager while the game is running. Go to the Details tab, right-click the game executable, and set the priority to high. 16. Perform a clean boot environment test. Third-party background applications frequently inject code into games, causing the anti-cheat to panic and consume CPU cycles. We recommend performing a clean boot to temporarily disable all non-essential startup programs and services. Open the System Configuration tool, hide all Microsoft services, disable the remaining third-party services, and restart your computer to test the game. 17. Exclude game directories from Windows Defender. Active antivirus scanning during gameplay forces the CPU to constantly inspect every single file the game loads. Adding an exclusion tells Windows Defender to ignore the game folder and frees up massive amounts of processing power. Open Windows Security, navigate to Virus and Threat Protection settings, click Add or Remove Exclusions, and select your entire game installation folder. 18. Disable Control Flow Guard for the game. Control Flow Guard is a security feature that adds overhead to memory management, which can severely impact frame pacing. Teknobalta tested disabling this specifically for game executables and noted a measurable reduction in system CPU usage. Open Exploit Protection in Windows Security, add your game executable to the program settings, and override Control Flow Guard to the off position. 19. Update system BIOS and chipset drivers. The system process handles direct communication between your operating system and your motherboard hardware. If your BIOS or chipset drivers are outdated, Windows struggles to efficiently route data from the processor. Check your exact motherboard model and flash the latest BIOS version while installing the newest chipset drivers provided by Intel or AMD. 20. Reinstall the games on a fast NVMe SSD. If all software optimizations have been applied and ntoskrnl.exe still spikes, the storage drive itself is likely failing to stream assets fast enough. Slow mechanical hard drives force the CPU to wait for data, creating an artificial bottleneck. Moving your games to a high-speed NVMe solid-state drive entirely eliminates this mechanical delay and instantly resolves asset loading stutters. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.